Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And, right away, he lost the football.
Let's go.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. On second down, Eckler fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Better ball security. But not much else to show for it.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
It's our time.
Wilson now off the bootleg. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. That'll be complete to Breida. Oh, now Breida loses it, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to.
And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big 30-yard play on third. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 45-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. And the grab by Croft. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. To throw is Garoppolo. And he finds his tight end, Salik. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And now Garoppolo lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. He's at the 50. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 25. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Now it's Breida. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A check on Breida's numbers from last week. 21 carries, 95 yards, and a score.
So he scored his 8th touchdown on the ground last week, and most guys I know, they want to get into round numbers. So, 10 is really the goal, and this is one sport where being selfish and scoring touchdowns is a good thing. Look for he and the offense to try and get him in there at least twice in this game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And that's complete to Croft. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
He's coming.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Garoppolo now, looking middle, and it's incomplete. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. But now it's 3rd and goal. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now, 3rd and goal. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they can very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. On second down, it's Coleman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Tyler Kroft, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He has not had the game that he envisioned. His team has not had the game that they've envisioned here. So how do they turn this around now?
Well, right now, what he's looking forward to doing is finding a way to get the added weight on his back. Is it like that monkey that Steve Young was talking about? Remember that in the Super Bowl?
Oh, the 95 Super Bowl.
Right, when they beat the Chargers, and, he had that weight of expectations and past greats on his back. In this case, it's just bad play. Can he shake it off and then be able to play loose and free and help his team out?
Let's see if he can do just that.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Running on first down, Eckler. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 33. Draw play. It's Eckler. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Talk about nice hit, boy.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. 2nd down and goal. Wilson. Quan Alexander in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Let's go, baby.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play?
He's got a man, complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Garoppolo now, 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Garoppolo. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Let's go, fellas.
So we've come upon halftime, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Now it's Lockett. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Throwing is Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is going to be 49er football.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And it's caught. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On the ground, it's Eckler. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 2 yards, good enough for a first. They go play action with Wilson.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now Wilson. The quick slant caught. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. They've got it down to the 3, but now this is feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Quan Alexander, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Tyler Davison hauling it off the edge to sack him. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play. Yeah. But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter. To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. On first down, here's Breida. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Matt Breida out of Georgia Southern now in his third year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry, 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Garoppolo on first down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
Here we go. Here we go.
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed. With great dispatch.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? He's a little too aggressive there from his Mike linebacker spot.
Sometimes you jump into gaps trying to draw them off sides. This time he tricked himself.
And that last penalty makes his third down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. And the blitz does come. And that will be incomplete. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
Here we go.
The Niners on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He finds Coleman. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
Here we go.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Garoppolo now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner, coming off a 3rd straight All-Pro season. They run again with Breida. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And finding Keelan Cole. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And what they do know is they'll be playing at home come January, at least for one game, as they've locked up the NFC West. You'd love those top 2 slots, obviously, but 3 and 4, historically, really not that bad of a place to be.
No, because you're hosting. All right, you're at home, and you guarantee yourself that by winning your division in the first round for sure. And the other part I look at is, you and I were just talking about the NFC West. That's a tough division to win.
Yeah, typically tough year in, year out, whether you're looking in recent memory or way back in memory. Play action. Now Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. Now this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
What we got?
They go play action now. Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. To throw is Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now Wilson, off play action, rolling to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. Now here's Hill, and he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Here's Breida. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. On second down, a run with Breida. Through an opening, and there he goes. 30. 10, touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, an even 90 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to play.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Carlos Dunlap able to record his 5th sack of the season. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the 49ers, it'll end here on a slightly positive note with a victory, but there weren't